Welcome to AikiTalks. Real stories, real practice, real Aiki. So, in this episode, I'd like to talk a little bit about a course that I went on with some representatives of the Shingitai Aikido Society. We've created a small little group of gentlemen who have decided to travel to different courses, see what's out there. We were fortunate enough to have the time to go and train with the UKA, the Society in Birmingham this last few months ago, actually. And it was their winter school with Shirakawa Sensei from Japan. Now, I had been a massive fan of Shirakawa Sensei's for a few months beforehand after seeing a video of his on Facebook, I believe. And the opportunity arose, and I was like, right, we got to go. I really want to do this. So I was going to go anyway, but fortunate for me, a group of us decided, so we travelled up together. Now, the journey to get there, it was an early start for training. So we started from South Wales, where we're from, at a very early time, and got there with enough time, and had to have my obligatory Starbucks coffee. I was grateful for that. And yeah, we got there, and the venue, interesting place, it's a really nice hall, but getting into the venue was the most interesting. To start with, there was some roadworks going on, which actually stopped us from getting there. For about half an hour, we were stuck in weird traffic and diversion that sent us back and forth, back and forth. But we finally got in. And when we did get in there, I gotta say credit to the Aikikai Society. The organisation was absolutely amazing. It felt like a big event, and I had known there were going to be 250 people there, but really you walked in and it just felt like it was going to be a big thing. The facilities in that place were amazing in this dojo or the sports centre in Birmingham, and so getting changed. I must admit, I was reflecting on what the day was going to be like. I had an understanding of Sensei Shirakawa's Aikido style, obviously from seeing his videos and seeing the video of the last time he was in the UK. Uh, and yeah, even though I expect something dynamic, actual Aikido that we did blew me away, absolutely blew me. Obviously, Shirakawa says it wasn't the only one teaching on the day. There were two Aikikai Shihan as well. The first session that we did really set the tone for the day. I remember walking onto the mat, myself and my friends from the society, and just that initial moment of sitting and or standing around waiting, looking around at a sea of gi and hakama, really made me feel very proud of the community element of Aikido. Obviously, looking around, we were trying to see if we recognize someone. I saw a few people who I've met before from the NAF, excellent Aikidoka and really nice people, and I was pleased to see them and to catch up with them. And yeah, just standing there, that first initial call for us to sit and the warm up and Aikikai warm ups, set practice. Everyone knew what they was doing. A couple of us from the Shingitai were like, okay, this is good warm up. It's not quite what we used to, because often we in Shingitai say what we're doing, and we had to keep an eye on everything to see what was happening. But we kept hold, and we did what we needed to, and yeah, just the initial warm up, it was really good fun. Give you a good stretch, got you prepared for what was coming. The first technique set the tone, I would say, for precision, boiling everything down to its original or basic form to start with before developing it over time. And I thought that was a really good way of looking at it. We did a really interesting Nikio, then into a sort of Sayendo or Sokomen. And that was really nice. That kind of prepped what you were doing, good up and down aerobic exercise as well as just getting a feel for that stretch that you would get from that technique. And the way that we broke it down, it seemed like it came in three parts, and I like that method of teaching, where you look at a technique, but you don't just look at it as in its entirety. You look at it in the individual concepts and principles that you're doing. So yeah, where do you apply that forward extension of ki when doing a Nikkyo from Gayuka Amini, one-handed? No, there was no real trapping, so it wasn't quite a Nikkyo in the sense of an immobilization or an application. It was more of a get the movement to take Yuki down, and then moving on from that, then when Yuki gets back up, you take it into that throw, and use their momentum as they're lifting and rising to actually perform the technique. So it was really nice to see that kind of instruction, and yeah, I enjoyed that technique. The people I trained with are lovely, mixture of statures and sizes, and really demonstrated what Aikido is all about. Is that, non-competitive, and we all train together. Shirakawa Sensei then obviously came on and did his bit. The techniques that he demonstrated, it seems like a blur now, but there were some techniques that were just absolutely gorgeous to watch, but really interested to have a go. There was one that seemed a little fast-paced, and the hand movements were very reminiscent of the speed that you'd watch. I don't know, in the Donnie and Ip Man film. It was quite fast, boom, 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 and that was really nice. And the one thing I noticed when Shirakawa Sensei was teaching his techniques, and you can see it throughout all his videos, and I'm a big fan of his videos, is when he performs a technique, I have never seen someone so happy. Every single technique, he's got a massive smile on his face. A technique may not go 100% perfect, and then he adapts and changes it and acts within the moment. And I was thinking that is true Aikido. Exactly what we aim for is that, yes, we can learn technique, and technique is the perfect situation and the perfect example of a moment. But that's kata. True Aikido is within the moment. You rely on all your knowledge to create it, and you could just see the joy in his technique. And the other thing I got to say I really liked is that the amount of people he had to Yuki for him, and he was throwing, and they were receiving the Ukemi, and then he did the same thing himself. He was willing to be thrown around, and he was up, and he was really supportive, and I think that is a credit to his instruction and a credit to his style. And I think he's definitely someone I continue to try and follow, and hopefully get an opportunity to train with him again. I must say I did have a little bit of my fangirl moment. I did go and have a photo with him, which I got to say I was really pleased with, because it's a memory I will remember for a while. And yeah, next opportunity, I'm definitely going to do it again. And I highly recommend anyone who may or may not think, oh, am I ready for a large society course or international seminar like that? Do it. You will not regret that training. It's such a fantastic opportunity. You make friends. You show your Aikido to the world. You see if you can hold your own, as it were, and not proving yourself, but saying to yourself, well, actually, I've trained in Aikido for this long now, and I'm seeing other people who are on the same journey, who are doing the same thing as me. And you pick up some cool hints and tricks and things like that, and you take it back, and you take what you like and you discard what you don't like. And I think that's the idea of true Aikido, is the development is personal, yet we develop together, and I think that's really good. Yeah, and I mean, any opportunity to go to Birmingham is always fun. Yeah, we had a lovely evening out as well. One thing I will say, however, is that we were very capable of finding the dojo to train in the day, but it must have been a hard couple of sessions that we had there, because in the evening we struggled to find the nearest Indian to have a nice Indian meal, because it was something we all like, and we just couldn't find one. And ended up looking across the road, and there it was, across the road of us. So our Aikido skills held up, our navigation to food did not. But no, really nice day, and I would highly recommend it for anyone who is thinking about going on these. Do it. You will not regret it.
Thank you for joining me for AikiTalks. Until next time, stay centered, keep training, and take care.